Hello. Hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika here at Leap Taken. I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And welcome to my Witchy review. I'm just going to review some items that I got. Oh, I got stuff all over my hands. Review some cute little items that I picked up from Amazon. And then we can get into a little fun chat if anybody's here. So first thing I want to show that I got, which is I'm kind of excited about, is this stamping kit. So if you can see from the thumbnail, it's a wax stamping kit. So it comes like this. It came in a box. And I already have some wax, so this is cool. And it's like a pink, but this is a red candle. It's got some engravings on it. And then, so I ordered an M for Mika. They sent me an R. So they're going to replace it. But I just wanted to show you. It's very fancy. It's kind of heavy. And it's nice. So it's a nice stamping kit that I really wanted for some of my magical practice. I've wanted one for a while, but now, I have it. I'm very excited about this, actually. So I was a little disappointed that they didn't send the correct one with the correct lettering, but that's fine. In the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead. My middle initial has an R. So they already shipped out the replacement. And I'm supposed to get that, I think, tomorrow. So I was thinking, why don't maybe I keep this and go by my middle name? I don't know. Who's to say? I might. Because if I don't, they'll charge me. So if I want my money back. So the other thing, which I thought was really cool that I got. So this is an incense, what they call it, an inverse incense holder. So it's going to create smoke that goes down, and it's going to look like water pouring. So there's this spot up here. They sent incense sticks, which I thought was pretty cute, and this little tweezer thing, I guess, to get it out if you have to I don't know, get it out. I got to figure it out. And then they sent 2 packs of incense cones. I haven't smelled them yet, but they did send this as well. So, and then there's a cool little holder. Everything had like this. There's like the packing foam. Hi Dylan. It was packing foam, like little white pearls all in it. It's still a little inside. Unfortunately, you're not going to, hopefully you can see that. I did my best. We tried to clean it out. So I'll have to do it again before I use it. But yeah, so I assume you would just put this on here so that you can, for decorative purposes. I didn't realize it came with this, but yeah. And yeah, so we would light it up, and the incense goes down the cone. You put a cone on there, or an incense stick. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to actually using this to see how it goes. So basically there's a hole at the top, and I see there's a hole, and the smoke just goes down. It's like an inverse thing. We'll figure it out. Oh my God, I want that cactus reverse incense burner, right? Listen, they had cool, which maybe I'll get into the dragon ones and all that sort of stuff. But come on, I'm Arizona now, and I was just talking to my daughter about this, and I said, I kind of like living here, and I can't see myself moving anytime soon. Like, I really enjoy living here in Arizona, so yes, this is happening. So again, the stamping kit, which I really like. I just wish they had sent me the correct letter. By the way, it came in like a little bag and had the letter M. And yet it was an R. So I'm like, should I keep it? I'm still trying to decide. But I like that it came with incense sticks and cones for you to try. I don't think I'm going to be able to open this open. But I was curious about these. I want to see what they smell like. I'll tell y'all. It didn't say what scent or anything. It just smells like incense, like very generic. It don't smell like anything in particular. It don't smell great. It don't smell bad. It's like, I don't know. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is really in here really good. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this off. I might have to, because of my nails. I might have to get my daughter to help me. Let me see if I can get it. Bit by bit, I'm getting it out. There we go. I wanted to smell them. Same scent. It's not like good or bad. It's just, it just smells like incense. It's not bad. I mean, I would burn it just to see. I would just see. But I have some other things in mind that I definitely, some dragon's blood combs that I got in my goddess provision box for sure will go in here. But isn't this, looking at this is the back, the bottom. This is so adorable. I don't have many desert themed decor or items in general, but I want to have a small collection. Right? Me too. I don't really have, I mean, I got some succulents. I got an aloe vera plant here. Probably, I had a cactus, but I accidentally killed it. How do you kill a cactus? Knocking it over and not making sure it's properly taken care of. It was a mistake. It was on a coffee table. My daughter actually was her cactus, but anyway, yeah. But I'm in the middle of, I just got back earlier today. I was out to Lowe's and I got me some more stuff because I'm doing a planning spell as part of my full moon ritual. And then I'm going to do some more stuff outside because that's an ongoing project. I got some lavender. So I have some rosemary seeds. That's part of my planting. So I'm going to start from seedlings with the rosemary, but I actually have lavender plants, herbs. So that I'm going to go outside and plant in my container garden. So I'm very excited about that. They're out there right now. When I'm done here, I'll go do that. And then I'll do my ritual later. Thank you, Dylan. Asked, how has your day been going so far? Very well, as I'm talking. I was able to get up to the store, had a nice brunch. I really try to live on the weekend. And when I mean live, I mean do the things, whether that's just doing nothing or really kind of just giving into whatever it is that I wanted to do. Like last weekend, it was the Friends experience. This weekend, it's all about just kind of leaning into this energy. The Virgo, full moon in Virgo, I'm feeling it. I don't know if anybody else is, but is this intense need, this intense desire to kind of be purposeful, but not in a way, not productive, but purposeful. Like everything is, I have this desire to prioritize everything. So today when I got up, I was like, what? Like I couldn't contain myself. Like, what do you need to do besides being up late at night and just having crazy burst of energy, but then feeling depleted afterwards? Like I'm just feeling all of this full moon energy. And by the way, I'm like this every full moon. But the difference with this Virgo full moon or full moon in Virgo is just that I notice I just feel the deep desire to organize and get everything situated. Like I'm on a time crunch. I don't know who's like, there's no gun to my head. I don't have a deadline, but I feel like I do. And part of it annoys me, but part of me is like, just lean into it and just do the things. What did you write here, Dylan? Yesterday, me and my dad went to Target. We went to men's clothing and they had desert themed shirts. Ooh, I really wanted them, but I'm too big. This is the reason why I want to lose weight. Let me tell you. As I went out today and I was like, I will forever have just like the skin of a tummy because I could lose this. We won't get into it. The skin's always going to be there. I got down to the smallest I've ever been as an adult lady. And there was still just the skin. I would need to get surgery to get the skin removed. But when you have on clothes, it just looks like a tummy. And sometimes I feel like, I want everything to be smooth. And other times I'm just like, do you feel good? Like I was out today, or I remember the other day I had on something and I could tell and I was like, or do you feel good? Yeah. Do you think you look good? I'm like answering myself, yes. Then wear the things and just give into like, I can't care the older I get. And I know this is a thing what they say with older people, but trust me, the older you get, you just don't care. You just, whatever you feel in that moment is like, I can't constantly be worrying about how people perceive me. Wear the things you want to wear, do what you want to do. I don't know. Today I started to clean my room, the living room. I haven't done a lot, but I haven't started. Well, first of all, I changed this. I'm in the process of still working this room. Like I got stuff sitting out I still need to put away. like an extra keyboard. This is like my keyboard I use for my work thing. I love this keyboard. I had initially gotten this one all from Amazon. And I like this one a lot too. I'm going to clean it out. But I think I'm going to switch back to this one because I kind of need more of this and this stuff for some of the work that I do during the day. I've never been skinny or healthy. Well, skinny don't mean healthy. But I hear what you're saying. My kids are two different types of people. My daughter has never been skinny. And my son has always been tall and very lean. When he was little, people, well-meaning people would constantly make comments about him. Is he getting enough to eat? Is he eating? Is he eating? He was just a skinny kid. I was a skinny kid. He was just really, really skinny, And my daughter had never been a skinny girl. And this stepdaughter that I had, she was always a much bigger girl. And their experiences definitely, my my desire to protect people, I think that's what it is. Because I see, especially once they became teenagers and adults, kids are one thing. Kids are cruel anyway, but other adults, like, they know better. And I never appreciate the comments, the looks, and even people who think they're helping by constantly suggesting things you should do, or especially even now, I'm still very protective because I posted pictures on Instagram on Leap Taken. If you saw any of those pictures, my daughter and I are not the exact same size. Like, she's, her bio dad was a much taller, larger kind of guy. And, obviously at some point, if you have kids with guys like that, this always confuses me when I see like these little, very thin women and they have children with these really big guys, and they wonder why some of their kids, like, it's a mixed bag. So it could be son or daughter. They're bigger, but especially when it's the girls, I notice, but like, they don't understand why they don't look like them. And it's like, well, you were with like a 6'3", like, guy with broad shoulders, and the women in his family kind of look like that. What did you think was going to happen? So anyway, I'm very protective over the people I love and I care about when I realize other people have like concerns about their body image or how they're being perceived. And if you make it known that you're perceiving them on my watch and it's negative, I got a problem. I've been feeling like I need to clean. It might be the Virgo moon. I usually don't feel the energies of the moon. The moon's energy. This particular full moon was very, and I just keep saying it's an overall shift, seasonally speaking. There's definitely an energy shift. I feel it. Leap Taken on Instagram. Follow it. But yeah, there is definitely a shift in the air. There is, I can feel most people that I talk to, even if they're not witchy per se, they feel something going on. Their sleep patterns have been disrupted. There is definitely energetically a big shift occurring. Now, the reason I don't go too hard on my channel about energy shifts and things like that, because I feel them, I'm aware of them, is because I realize, to me, that's actually, you have to be very careful when you start that dialogue with people, even in this manner, because I don't like people trying to scare me or scare other people for that matter. I remember a while ago, there's a YouTuber that I really enjoyed for a long time, and their channel just took a different direction. Actually, there's quite a few people that I used to follow, and I feel like their channel just took a different direction, and I didn't like the direction. So anyway, I noticed that on their channel, they would talk about these energy shifts in a very esoteric way. And I was always interested, even if I don't fully understand where they're coming from, I'm still interested. But I always noticed it was more of a thing where, to me, it always felt like a scare tactic. Like, either I feel like they're telling you, be afraid, if you're not prepared with this product or this item, and the link is here, you can buy it from me, then, you're going to, I don't know. It sounds like the resurrection to me. Sometimes the way a lot of people in the spiritual community talk about like energy shifts, it sounds very, same in line with Christianity where, if you don't get right, you're going to get left behind, so to speak. You're going to, suffer eternally, forever. That's what it seems like. I don't know. Sometimes that's what I get from it. Sometimes it's the equivalent of the guy on the street corner yelling, "Say, get saved now! Jesus is returning." It's the same energy to me. Normally, I don't feel the effects of the moons and the retrogrades. Not that, honestly, I don't always feel it very deeply. Full moons my body responds to it. I mean, part of it is just, as someone with all this water, we all have water in us, right? And the moon affects all of us. The full moon specifically, on some level, even just physically speaking. A lot of times we might not be thinking about those physical feelings, but the night before the full moon, I always have trouble sleeping. Even if I fell asleep, I'll wake up. Like, my sleep pattern is always off some kind of way, without fail. If I ever forget when the full moon is, which I don't now, my body will remind me. But it's more than just it's physical, but it's also mental and emotional. Like, I really feel this energy right now. Yeah, I was about to mention that sounds like some Christian groups. Yeah, it does. It does. That whole, it feels very doomsday when we talk about energy shifts. However, I have been experiencing symptoms of the energy shift that I know is occurring. I know that, I don't know, the energy itself, I feel like the Virgo full moon, again, just this desire to organize, straighten things up. I'm working on several projects in my home with the closet. My office for sure. I have to do something about my closet, and I'm just shifting things around now. You notice the view is different. You can see more of my workspace. I added another shelf. I got this from Hobby Lobby, by the way. $25. That was $25 for that. It's normally like $50. I got it for 50% off. I love those, and I like that look. I wanted it white. I didn't want anything too crazy, but it provides enough space, and it looks like almost a whole unit, but it's just 2 units, and I left room. Those are my herbs that I got from that box. I figured I could put some of those up there before I use them. How was your full moon last night? Lunacy. I felt the lunar part of it, or the lunacy and the lunar. It was a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I had a very tame but kind of wild night. I'll just say that it was a little wild. I definitely was feeling that energy of just kind of like things just felt very real up in the air, loosey goosey, just crazy. Like nothing was on routine, everything was off. But somehow I woke up at like early in the morning this morning, just naturally. I just woke up. So I don't know. It's just odd. It was odd. I had a very odd full moon. I'm actually going to do my full moon ritual tonight, though, which you can always 3 days before, 3 days after, because I'm going to work with my coven, so I'll be doing it tonight. I'm looking forward to that, and my planting spells and all that, which is tapping into the full moon energy and definitely into the spring equinox, which is the other portion of that I know my body responds to. That I feel like this is literally my season. I was born in this season, or the spring season, which is coming. We're almost there, in about 2 more days or so. But I was born this in March. So, and my sister also, her birthday is on the day of the first day of spring, March 21st. And it fits her personality because she typically has a demeanor of just kind of a little bit more optimistic. All the things you think of spring, that's kind of her. Hopefully I can keep this motivation of cleaning so I can clean my room to where I can put my dad's desk and bookcase in my room. That's nice. Yeah. Just setting up and just knowing it's done. I mean, you might have to do some finishing touches, but knowing the furniture placement is there, that always gets me going. Even if it takes me another week to kind of set things up the way I want, that's okay. I'm fine with that. Like on my other side, I finally took out my tarot cards and I have them. Let me see if I can move it. Forgive the cords. I'm still working on a solution. But you see, those are like tarot cards kind of stacked up over there. So I have those ready to go. And yeah, so I got that all out, and that makes me feel happy. I'm gonna I have like a stack of paper, new paper. I got to get rid of that. I'm still doing some stuff in here. I'm still working on it. I hope I can keep the momentum too, but I think I will, because I feel like, I don't know. I'm as long as I work with this energy, I'm good. I'm gonna lean into it. I'm not gonna fight against it. Just get into it, right? Just stay with it. It helps. I think. Let me fix this back. It helps. Kind of using natural phenomena, astrological events, things like that. That's what a lot of old magic would look like. They knew it would be an eclipse or a specific, especially in other work where, okay, well, we'll do this spell or this thing that needs to get done. We're not going to do it tonight. We'll do it on the full moon, or we'll do it on, a specific moon. So you wouldn't work a specific magic until the spring equinox, the first full moon afterwards or something like that, because those had significance. And it would lend the energy into whatever the thing is you're doing. I know a lot of that. When I say I practice by the wheel of the year, part of my magic has to do with that. There's certain things like I'm just attuned with. Like for me, this is a time to like, oh, let me go ahead and prepare my home a certain way. And now it's time to prepare the outside, because I know I'm going to be outside. But there's always a magical component with that. Even like something like this, like I'll most likely probably burn this mostly in the inside, but I'll probably take this outside sometimes. And I think this is a cool thing to have outside, like on a patio. Because I plan on definitely smoking out one of my neighbors. They smoke cigarettes and I hate the smell. So they don't realize they're sharing our backyard's meat. They're about to get smoked out with my smoke. And my herbs are going to be different than theirs. I think they're going to probably hate me. And that's okay. What did you say here? Last year, one of our coos died. I buried it and wanted to dig it up last night, but I didn't. So I'm going to do it tonight and do a spell for my witch anniversary. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to Fantasia crystals on my birthday this coming Wednesday. I don't know what that is, Fantasia crystals. I assume it's a store here in Arizona. I don't even know what that is. I got to look it up. Where's the best, like, in your experience, Dylan, since you're an Arizonian, right? What metaphysical occult store or Botanica would you say is the best? Do you know? If you can let me know, I would appreciate that. Or anybody else who's watching this, please feel free to tell me. I would love that information. I'm curious. Yeah. Anyway, but another thing I did want to talk about besides this energy shift that I know I've definitely been feeling. I had a conversation over brunch this morning, and I was just thinking about happiness. Koi. Thank you. I meant to spell koi fish. That makes more sense now. I was like, wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Sorry. No, I really am. Anything living I'm developing connection, which is the point with the plants that I have in the house. Like I look at them and I make sure, hey, are you guys okay? I have a planner that actually part of my planning for this week is to like write down instructions and make sure that I, spray my fern at a certain point and, checking soil levels and all that sort of stuff and fertilizer. I'm really getting into it and I'm developing kind of this, which I want as a cottage, which of course I want that. But the lavender that I'm about to plant outside, same deal. Like I want to feel the connection. Like I want us to connect. The plant spell that I'm going to do later, that's the other part of that. That's sympathetic magic, definitely, as, the thing that I'm linking to the plant grows, as the plant grows, so does this thing that I'm doing. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was happiness. I was actually going to do a whole video. I said, well, I'm going to go live today and it's in my mind. We'll just do it now. So this idea of what happiness is. And I say that because I do wonder sometimes, especially if you are the Discord channel for A Safe Place for Witches, my Discord channel, that's what it's called, A Safe Place for Witches. Over there, I did ask a question, how everybody was kind of feeling about the energy, about the shift into the new season and so forth. And everyone, isn't feeling awesome. And sometimes I think, because I sat in brunch and I was like, wow, I was very aware of myself and how I felt and my feelings, which I like to do sometimes. And I felt like, you know what? I feel like I'm happy. Like I'm very, and let's talk about what happiness looks like. Happiness was contentment. I felt very content. Like my surroundings, it felt very comfortable weather-wise, the temperature, like there was a lot of things. And then overall in that moment, I was in the moment and I felt very content. And then I realized in general with my life and with myself, I feel very aligned, balanced, and very happy, and very content. And I think a lot of us struggle on what that is. I think when people say I'm not happy, it's like, being entertained is not necessarily happy. Yes, sometimes being entertained can make you happy, but when we're talking about the state of overall contentment with who you are, your life, and where you are in this world right now, and where you'd like to go, are you happy? It doesn't mean being entertained. It doesn't mean being exuberant or excited all the time. I think people get that confused. And I wonder how many people are calling off relationships, whether it's with an employer or a person, friendships, romantic relationships, because they think there's this other fulfilling feeling they're supposed to be feeling. And it's really just like boredom. You really might just be bored, or you don't you're just I don't know. I wonder if people are truly content with contentment. I read something, I think it was on Instagram, I can't remember exactly, but it was basically alluding to never settle, don't get too comfortable, never be too comfortable, always be on the grind or something like that. And I was like, well, that's exhausting. And since when did humankind, that's a recent, in human history, that's a recent way. Most times we were working for survival. I mean, technically a lot of us feel like that now, but it was about survival, a very real, visceral survival situation. And then, we are industrialized civilization and all that occurred. So here we are in a technology age, and it's like, okay, well, I think we have a lot to compare it to on what we think contentment is or happiness looks like. So happiness, because it's framed and edited, looks like traveling to a lot of people. It looks like getting married. It looks like, living out the American dream. Where if you really kind of just look at that's a picture and you think about it, they're just regular people. Like, I mean, we're all just people. I mean, they might have a little bit more money or a way to at least appear like they do. And that's the other thing, money makes you more happy. I will say this, the absence of money can make you very unhappy and feel very less stable about your situation. So no, it's hard to feel content. So I totally get that. You kind of have to steal moments of joy when you're like that. I've been there before where I feel like I'm like stealing moments of joy and contentment where I could get it, where that rare thing where somebody like gave you a gift card, or where you might have won a $2 scratch off, or you finally got this thing and it was affordable and you could get it. Like those types of moments where you have these just moments of just like everything finally aligned. But other than that, you don't. I'm missing all the chats in here. I've only been to 2 witch stores, Fantasia Crystals and the astrology store. Fantasia's your favorite. I'll have to check that out. Hi, Gemstones. Okay, did you get yourself a basket yet? Nope, I didn't. Always be on the grind. Yeah, happiness for me is ultimately, Gemstone says, happiness for me is just being in the sun surrounded by flowers. Exactly. I know my sister had said that one time. She was like, do you know, me just sitting amongst all of my plants and my herbs and flowers, like I feel so relaxed. Like it feels, and she was trying to search the word and I was like spiritual. She was like, yeah, like it feels outside of her body. She basically was saying she felt so whole and had like, it was sacred. It felt sacred. The feeling some people get when they go to an altar or something like that. She was getting that from the natural, environment that she had created, with all of her. She has a green thumb. So she's somebody, she could be in a condo, she could be in a townhouse, she gonna have herself a garden, and you will marvel at how much she can grow in a not very large space. I love that about her. I would definitely love to travel and get married, but right now I want to live on my own, living, yeah, in the near, I can understand that. Jim Stone says, I don't have enough money, but I can still find a lot of happiness in the present moment. Exactly. I don't have a lot of money. I would like to have a lot. But again, I talked about this before. I immediately start thinking about the people I would help. I immediately start thinking, and I don't just say that, like, really, I was like, a lot? Yeah, I would, oh my God, I would give so many people an opportunity that if you know, a lot of us, if we just, you know, for some people, it could be $1,000, it could be 10,000, it could be 100,000. That would alter everything. Like, I know people, $1,000 would just like change the game for them, because that would just put them ahead so that they could just pay things on time. And then additional money could be, you know, set aside for other things. And it would just change their whole life. I would give more than $1,000 if I won like a big lottery or something like that. But I'm just saying, I think about that all the time, helping people, especially family and friends. Which I don't have, okay, I thought it was another comment on there. But yeah, happiness, contentment, and just like really tapping into that. And as far as from like a practicing witch, it does matter, that contentment feeling. It will influence the type of magic you're doing, right? What kind of rituals you're working, what kind of spells you're going to work. Because think about it. If you are struggling with feelings of contentment, you'll probably be doing more spells, like more jar spells where it's negative connotation to it, where you're putting somebody in a jar, or more revenge type work. I should say that you're doing more spells, probably prosperity spells, but in a way laced with a little bit more probably desperation, because you don't feel like you have enough. And that's very hard sometimes to distinguish, because you really have a legitimate need. So you're doing the spell work because you do have a need, but at the same time, always be, I'll just say this, as somebody who's been there, really just wanting things to come together financially and needing it to, not just for my sake, but I had other people depending on me. I realized that coming from a place of like desperation is not the way. It's not saying that the spell don't work or the prosperity spell doesn't, you know, work well. I just don't think it works as intended. That's one of the, prime example, when I was really going through it, like my daughter and we needed to come up with the tuition. It was like more than $10,000. And my initial thing, I was very desperate to make sure we had this money because I didn't want her to lose her spot in college. So I was coming from a very desperate point, and I think that influenced the results of the spells I was doing, because they did work, but never to not 10,000. It was never $10,000. It was like, $2 or something, a small amount. Like I'd get a scratch off and I just win that amount, or I would do a spell and I remember I got like a check in the mail. It was for like $1 and change. It was like some settlement offer or something like that, and I got like $1. Like just weird things like that, just oddball things, very small amounts would come through. So I had to learn that I would have to kind of come to terms with the desperation and really trusting in my abilities to manifest and for the universe to actually come through, and the ancestors that I have been working with to really look out and not have so much negativity attached to it. Because desperation, you know, it gets into it can go into the negative. It can bring about negative feelings, right? Sometimes I see a short video on IG showing beautiful nature scenes and makes my heart so warm and happy. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, being in nature, yeah, it can really do that to you. Good for you, Gemstone. Yeah. Right now for me, happiness is being creative, and whether it's the paper crafts I do, the paintings I do, now the gardening, just home decoration, any of the fun craft things that I do. Basically, I'm like all the different things that I do that kind of mellows me out and keeps me happy. And then obviously witchcraft, so making like, different oils, or working with different herbs and for herbal blends to burn them and use them for other purposes like that. I don't know, that kind of centers me and makes me happy, and definitely I feel more spiritual and sacred. It feels like I'm doing very sacred work. I have an idea for a money spell or charm, but I haven't do it yet due to worry. Oh, because you are worried? Oh, yeah, you want to just kind of pull that in. I mean, I'm a spells on spells kind of person, so I would do a spell to help me balance my energies. Some grounding work, ritual work. So that would be something, the build up. And then, prepare for the actual spell, the main event, the spell that I'm going to do for the money spell, but maybe do some ritual type work prior to. So like, if okay, well, this is full moon, I kind of want to tap into this energy, get into the 3 days afterwards, because we're already on like day 1 afterwards. So maybe tomorrow, do grounding type work, and then do the spell for the money. Doing art and crafts is spiritual, magical. Like, yeah, I mean, some people call themselves art witches, right? For that very reason. There's something definitely in creating things, building things, putting things together. And here's the thing, art is whatever you deem it to be. It's not something that somebody else gets to decide. It's funny because because of TikToks, it was brought to my attention. I guess I did think about it, but I really thought about it. It was like the entire art. Let me say, the artwork that's purchased like by the very rich, the very wealthy, that artwork, it was like, it's basically all just a cover up for like funneling money, because you can get away with like, selling. Basically, it could be whatever piece of painting or some sort of art, and somebody pays like $1 million for it. But then they donate it to a charity or something like that. I forgot how they explained it, but basically it's like you're not really paying a lot of taxes on it, and nobody's questioning where the money's coming from. It's like an arbitrary amount that they assign. So like, don't even believe. I'm going to say fine arts. What do you call that? The art community. And then there's actual artists who are not on that level, but they sell their art. And I see people like that on Instagram who are doing beautiful artwork, and I'm intrigued. But I don't think I don't think on that scale. I think like on a different scale for the more wealthier people. One of my worries is that my mom is in the hospital. And if I do the money spell, the spell might go to her direction. Oh, I see what you're saying. Have you ever seen Molly Roberts' YouTube channel? She's an art witch. Oh my God. Yes, I do know her. I love her channel. I love her voice. It's very soothing. Love her. Very inspiring. I love that she is like, she's like that art teacher or instructor that you wish you had. And you just feel like she gently nudges you to just do the best that you can do. And then, but she does it in such an encouraging, very nice, beautiful way. Yes, I love her channel. I do. Yeah, Molly is amazing. I can understand what you're saying about the money spell. Again, spells on spells. So we're doing a protection spell, putting up just overall protection around your mother. I would be thinking like that. A healing spell as well as that. I'm thinking like a crystal or something, positivity that you could discreetly place near her, if possible, amongst her things in her room. Something you're not going to get back. It's not about getting that object back, but something small that you can pour energy into to keep as a protection around her and healing energy. And then once you feel like this protective bubble is around her so that she's able to heal and thrive, then you can over here in this space now put protection around you. I would probably cast a circle to keep that energy a certain way, protect it, and send that out. That's what I'm thinking off the top of my head, Dylan. I would love to make a career out of my drawings. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an artist. I don't know. I'm still very much leaning into the idea of what I'm doing basically online, but doing it in a real time place in a store and having an actual storefront. Um, yes. Am I doing any magic on the equinox? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm doing some free stuff tonight, which is basically I'm leaning into the equinox energy. But yes, I'll be doing something specific then too. Do you know that she released a book? Molly released a book? Oh no, I didn't know that. That's very nice. I'll have to check that out. Or did I know that? I now that you said it, it's something in my head. I may have, and I missed it. But now that you said, I'll look for it. Yeah, I really like her channel. I watched her years ago. I sort of stumbled on her looking for like grimoire stuff, and I found her channel, and I really like pretty much most of the videos that she does. I have my favorite YouTube channels that I find are very inspiring. I think it's Alwyn Oak. I love her. She like definitely taps into Fae magic. I love her channel. And here's the thing, she's one of those channels where when I watch her videos, yeah, that's her living her life and she's showing you her experience, but it never makes me feel like it's just like I can't have a very similar experience myself. To me, it's inspiring, not in a where I'm just observing and that's it. Like that's where the connection ends. I feel like I can walk away and I can create something very similar in my environment. To me, she pushes kind of just getting in tune with nature. I like how creative she is. I love her channel. And I love, the video editing. It's beautiful when she's outside in the wood. She didn't say woods, she said the wood. I like that a lot too. I think she's in the UK or something. Alwyn Oak. Her channel is really, really just, I don't know. I as a cottage witch, I don't know, something about her channel really like gets me going. There's another one, I can't remember her name, The Witch's Cookery. I like her. Again, I like that she says she's not a woo-woo witch. But just some of the crafts, sometimes she does crafts, kitchen work and stuff, like kitchen crafts and things like that. I like her channel for that. I knew you were going to say that you found her through her grimoire video because I did too. Yeah, the grimoire video for sure. There was another, I can't think of her channel, Lipstick Legion Craft. She does a lot of witchy crafts. I find her channel very inspiring. I only have a few at this point that I really am inspired by. And as usual, I realize one is usually craft related. That's the first thing. Because I can connect with that. A lot of the other channels that are out right now, or I don't know, I feel like there's less witchy channels, or at least the YouTube algorithm is just not allowing me to see others. I know someone who says your channel never comes up, which I find if it was like in the algorithm, it just doesn't show up for them and they have to go find me. And I said, I'm sure there's others like that. So there's people I'm probably missing that I would love to watch too. And I'm missing it because YouTube is just being stingy. I don't have this algorithm beat yet. I'm still working on it. Gemstones, are you gonna do magic on the equinox, and Dylan, anybody for that matter that's maybe here right now, and anybody else doing anything specific? Yeah, you like those channels too, Dylan. The Lipstick Legion and Witch's Cookery. Yeah, magic for the equinox. The planting spells that I'm gonna do. I like potion making at this time. Anything to do with like liquids, water, things like that. I don't know, it feels right. Anything where you're increasing. I don't know. I mean, technically you can do spell work for banishing always, but I would lean more toward balancing than banishing, unless you really had to. But I'm thinking more spell work to increase something. This is a time, spring is about fertility, right? Abundance. So increasing spells, this is the great time. This is that time, that season where, if you want to do all those spells to like, your money spell and things like that, put up your protective wards, maybe do cast a circle to work in. If you normally don't, this might be a good time to maybe do some circle casting. because of your unique situation. You don't want to kind of mess up other energies or, start something else. Make sure money's not coming from someplace else. That's when you want to word your spells very intentional. You might want to put some fail safes in. Spells on spells on spells. Spells on spells on spells. That's how I know that for a fact that's how I'm going to do mine. I like to do workings to push me forward. Yes, increasing and blessing. Yeah, I'd rather take the energy on increasing and blessing exactly, than focusing on what I don't want, which is why I realized the other things that I was doing in the act of desperation and things like that and worry and all that, you tend to focus on what you don't want to happen, where we all know the universe just responds to the energy that you're emitting. So they don't get don't or do not. It's just the thing that you're constantly thinking about. So guess what? You're attracting that energy. Well, I think a part of the issue is that you have to actively watch the YouTuber to get them in your feed. I've noticed this. Yeah, possibly. I'm noticing that too. Sometimes they show me new people, but I realize I've sort of got to go on a hunt where I've already searched for something else. And then I may get some faces I've never seen before, but then they don't come back again, which I find very interesting. It's not like it's recycling them and I'm seeing them again. So I might have a couple new people, witches or something like that I hadn't seen before, but then I noticed they're not, if I don't subscribe, I'm not going to see those people again. They do not show back up. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, definitely increased work, abundant work, fertility work. Tap into that fertility magic right now. I'm going to do a protection and healing spell for my mom. Yes. Then a money spell and a witchiversary spell. That's nice. Happy witchiversary. I have, let me see, I have something coming up. I think I gotta look at my book because I put it in there. I kind of just made a date for mine. I gotta confirm when that is because I'm pretty sure I put it coming up in a warmer month. So I'll double check what that is. I made an arbitrary date because I didn't come into witchcraft at a certain date where I could start. I wish I did. And maybe another spell or two exactly. Increase, why not? Like do all the spells right now. Definitely with this energy of the Virgo full moon, I feel like if we prioritize, we can do it all. That's what it feels like. Well, if I just line everything up in the order that I think I want it to go, I can make it all happen. This is how I'm thinking right now, that it can all just come together. I don't, I'm not even worried about the how. Which is great as a witch. I don't need to worry about how it's going to come together. I just know it is. I just know if I do this, if I intend it, it will be. So that makes me content. That's the kind of thing that makes me happy right there. Thinking about that sort of stuff. But yeah, contentment and just, it can really affect the type of magic that you do, whether you feel content or whether you don't. And then what are your parameters to make you feel content? A lot of us have parameters that are really, all we're doing is handicapping ourselves from really truly experiencing and being in the now, being in the moment and having moments of joy, which is essential, I think, to doing this type of magic that will be effective at money spells and things of that nature. I think you need that. You need to be able to, to me, a sense of joy and a pleasurable experience. That's why I advocate sex magic. Especially, now's the time of year, by the way, if you hadn't been into it, this is a great time. It's a good time to do, it was always a good time, but I think it's, seasonally speaking, to tap into that, especially if we're talking about fertility, increase, abundance, and things of that nature. And it's powerful magic. It's a powerful way to raise energy. And if you are so inclined to work with a partner who is of the same mind and you're working together, that can be ultimate, even better. Otherwise, go alone. Do it alone. I wish I had an exact date too. I know it was about a week before my birthday. Yeah, I might do a spell with Poseidon since the equinox is about fertility and Poseidon's considered a fertility god. There you go. There you go. I am definitely, I don't know, I get very happy. I'm not unhappy, but I get extra happy at this time of year. It's contagious with me. And my daughter also, another spring baby. She's born in April, mid-April. So, we just bounce off of each other. So we're just being extra goofy, silly, happy together. And it doesn't mean that things aren't happening. We don't have challenges. Like come Monday morning, I got to deal with something I don't feel like dealing with, but it's necessary. But even through all that, I'm still very happy, very content. Overall, I like how I am. I like where I'm at right now, and I like how I feel about things. I feel very balanced. Jim says you love spring. Yeah, I do. Fall is another good thing, but spring is a different feeling, right? It's just a different feeling. And that's why this energy shift, I think that's probably why I feel it so much, because this is my season. I feel like I'm just like, I feel very at home in this season. I can feel just the energy, the air in the morning, and it feels warm, and I feel like everything's just sort of waking up around you, and it's like a fresh start. I don't know, it's all very positive to me right now. And so it's hard for me to focus on many negative things that I don't enjoy. It's hard for me to focus on those too long, which is great for my magic, because I'm really I'm much more optimistic at this time of year than probably, let's say, in the winter time. We'll just say that. Summer, but by summer, living here, by late summer, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to wrap this up. Like, I'm done. I'm done. I've been spotting lizards here and there, and I love that. When I was in Florida, lizards were everywhere. And I didn't always enjoy that, if I'm being honest, especially when they would get into the house. It's hard to sleep knowing it's a lizard in the house, or those little geckos. Ugh, I don't like knowing they're around. And then if you don't get them in time and they can't get out, they die, and then you gotta, deal with the corpse. That happened a lot in Florida. So here, I haven't seen very many. When I lived in Scottsdale, when we first moved here, we lived in this temporary housing in a condo, and there were jackrabbits, which those don't look like the little cute little rabbits you see. They look like mini kangaroos or something. I don't know. Did not really like, and they would gather like a lot, and I was like, so we just got that. It was like a lot, like a family, and I'm thinking I don't really trust that. Let me tell you, animals, I don't trust that gather like that, because I don't know enough about what they're gonna do, and people were telling me things, so I was a little freaked out. I had to get to my car. I just turned right around. I said, I'll wait till they leave. Because I would have had to, they were too close, and I didn't know if they thought I was a threat, and the jackrabbits attacked. I don't really understand rabbit behavior, so I didn't know. But I know I had an incident years ago, and I wasn't alone with some raccoons, and I know they can get aggressive. So I was like, are they in the same family of crazy? I don't know. Hares. Yeah. They're different. They are different than those cute little domestic bunnies. They did not seem as chill. I don't know. They seemed a little bit different. So I left those alone. But I don't see them out where I'm at now. Where when I see an animal like a lizard, I make happy noises, smile. Oh. Now, we had lizards. There's the gecko and actual long lizards in Florida. It was actually an infestation. Like if you're walking down the street and there were trees over, like hanging over the sidewalk, sometimes they would just fall out. People get a little freaked out by stuff like that, just so you know. And also, if you, like me, we lived in our community we lived in before moving here to Arizona. It was to get to like the gated community. They had the lizards were out, like long lizards. they would sunbathe in the middle of the street. So, and they wouldn't move. So there's that. So, excuse me. They were a menace. Yeah, they look like kangaroos. I got the allergies are in full effect. I forgot to take my Claritin this morning. It's not anything but just allergies, just like this nasal thing. And that's all. I love seeing night geckos on our back window. Oh, that's cool. And like, I like that. I'm okay with them existing and living. Like, just don't come in my house. I don't want to have to deal with that. I'm a little better. I think my daughter is where she can't do spiders. I'm the person that collects spiders in the house. It's not that all of a sudden they don't like snakes, spiders. The only thing that bothers me is not knowing what it is and how to handle it properly. Like, is it poisonous? Is this something that can hurt us? I always view spiders as killing bugs, so I don't think they're bad. Snakes eat rodents, so I don't think they're that bad. Yeah, so I feel like everything, they have a place, and I'm okay with you doing the part you're supposed to do to keep infestation down in and around me and my home. So I'm okay with the natural order of things. So yeah, I love them in that way. Like, you do your part and I'll do my part. Like, I'll let you live over here in the garage as long as you're keeping other things out that I do not want to deal with. Yeah. They stare down cars, is what you say. Yeah. The lizards, yeah. Oh gosh, yes. And there'll be several of them. And you're like, so y'all gonna move or no, you have to get out sometimes. One time we had to get out the car. And you like walking toward them and eventually they'll scatter so you can drive away. It was actually made the national news because when we left, I know people were talking about the lizard situation in Florida. Like, it was crazy. It's like a lot because people brought them in. They weren't natural to that area, and then they multiplied, and now they have a problem. But that's Florida. That's tapping into the Florida lifestyle. The type of people who would do that are going to definitely live in Florida. That's inevitable. But real quick, just to go over the stuff before I end. This is everything. Love this. The inverted incense holder. I love this. And this looks like a little cactus. So I think this is going to be cute indoors and outdoors. And it came with the sticks, incense sticks, and 2 packs of cones. It smells okay. It also comes with this little tool here, I guess, to pick it out. Then my stamp kit, which I adore, except they sent me the wrong letter. But that's okay. So this is my stamp kit that I will be using for very magical purposes. This is a letter R, and I wanted an M, and it says that I got an M, but they sent me an R. And it came with the wax as well, or the candle for you to use for the candle wax to seal a stamp seal. I heard that a Peppa Pig episode said that spiders are friendly. They had to make a statement in Australia to not touch spiders. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can see that. It's like, well, Peppa Pig said they were, nice and they're friendly. It's like, do not touch the spiders, kids. Please do not listen to Peppa Pig on this. Not all spiders are friendly. But yeah, I read, oh my God, I saw something recently, speaking, now I'm thinking about the snake thing, where someone said they had one of those large snakes, and they said the snake would enjoy sleeping with them at night, and the person thought the snake was just like loving on them, and they stopped eating, and they were concerned, so they took the snake to a vet because it had been like a week or several weeks, or it had been some time. So basically they realized that the snake was basically adapting to get its body prepared to eat the person. And it's like, we need to not humanize animals. I know it's very easy for us to see cuddly, oh cute. No, that snake was being what it was supposed to do. It was like, no, I'm not going to eat because I'm going to make room for you. And it was cuddling and laying up because it was measuring and getting a width, like the length of their body, and getting their dimensions so they could eat them. That's what they figure out with a large object that, or being that they're going to consume. Isn't that crazy when you think about that? And this person thinks the snake is cuddling and loving on them. No, they're going to eat you. So I found that fascinating and funny at the same time. Like, leave it to humans. And then I was reminded by like old, and I know people have different views of Caesar Milan now, the dog whisperer. But he would say that one of the biggest problems is that people want to humanize their pets. And well, in this case, it was dogs. And that was why there was a lot of behavioral issues. It's like, this is still an animal. Like, don't carry the dog all the time. You know, even if it was a small dog, like, don't do that. This was during the time people were like doing the Paris Hilton thing with the dog in a little purse and stuff like that. They're a being. They're an accessory. Let them live the way they're supposed to be. I mean, obviously, if they're living with you, you're taking care of their needs, and we probably spoil them more than obviously if they were in the wild. And certain dogs are bred in a way that they wouldn't survive. I feel sorry for pugs. Like, we know now the way they were made, that particular type of dog. You know, it's not great. You know, they survive obviously, but it's not a great existence with the whole breathing thing. But anyway, yeah, I go on my tangents. You put the crying emoji, Dylan. No. Yeah. The snake was going to eat them. Like, the vet told him, this is what they do, dear. Like, don't sleep with your snake. It is not what you think it is. So there you go. Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm going to wrap up now and enjoy the rest of this beautiful weather and finish cleaning my closet. I have a priority list now. So I got to finish the closet, and I can wrap that up before I lose any sun. Finish getting the lavender that I have planted, and finish some overall decor things. I have some videos I'm going to do into the night. All that sort of stuff. Like, I've got my plan, I got my list, and I have stuff to do tomorrow as well. But all fun stuff. Like, I need the closet to get organized in my office because I have supplies and things like that. I promised myself that I wouldn't do any more subscription boxes or anything like that. And so I found a way to organize my items. And I have a drawer over to the side as well that I showed a moment ago with my like cards. So I freed up a drawer there. So until I could get those things organized, I felt like I shouldn't keep purchasing things. One, I wasn't even aware of what I had. Like, that last row are a bunch of like dried flowers that I have. So this lets me know I don't need to go and buy a bunch of flowers, because I had the intention of drying those out for the I have a whole row of them. I'm good. I don't need to do that. I got them. I mean, fresh flowers are nice too, but you know, I have them all, so I don't need to do all that. So like, just making it make sense. I enjoyed the live today. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you next time. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you for coming and participating. I appreciate it. Also, Gemstones, I appreciate you as well. All right, so I am going to get out of here and get to my list of fun things. Yes, go clean. I'm going to go organize. I'm in a very organizing mood. My videos might even show some of that, more of just like, okay, let's line everything up before we, do the thing we're going to do. All right. So I am done. All right. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget, please like, subscribe, share. As always, I really appreciate you all. And also to my Leap Taken members, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I realized I had made a mistake on the videos that I posted this week, and actually Monday's video as well, where I did not do my thank you at the end. And I apologize. That was just a mistake on my part of not adding that piece. But I am very appreciative of my Leap Taken members. All right, I am now done. Thanks again. Bye.